Hey Laura, it's Thursday and today is gonna be another book video. I'm not really an active part of the online book community or anything, so I don't know if this is still a thing, but a couple of years ago everyone was doing these kind of book tags, book challenges, I think they were called, but I never had any reason to do one myself. Because obviously I don't have a book blog. A couple of days ago I discovered one of these old book challenges online and I thought, why not do a video about it? Let's get started. But not right away. Let me tell you why I picked this book challenge in particular. It's mainly because it talks about a lot of old books or books I read a while ago. And I'm at my parents' house at the moment, so I have access to those books. Okay, so this book challenge is structured into days because obviously that's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, just so you know why I'm talking about days. Day one is one of the hardest books I had to pick. I don't really remember what the first ever book was I read, so I'm gonna tell you something about this book series instead. It's Fear Street. I don't know if you heard about it. It's from the author, I believe, that wrote the Goosebumps novels as well. I have about 15 to 20, I didn't count them, Fear Street books. And I'm gonna pick this series for day number one because I used to read a lot as a child, but then, and I don't know why, but for a couple of years I just stopped. I didn't read at all. And in 5th grade, a friend of mine recommended these books to me. They really got me into reading again. So they are kind of the first books for that period of time that I remember reading. Difficult to pick as well, but I decided to go with The Martian by Andy Weir. In case you don't know anything about The Martian, it's about this guy. He's a scientist and he goes to Mars with his crew, and there are some complications and his crew leaves him behind on Mars. I don't know, I would love to talk with someone who's been to Mars. Also, he's a scientist, so he's smart, and I think you wouldn't guess it from the title or what the book's about, the cover, but it's a really funny book. The main character has a lot of humor, and I think it would be really exciting and great to have a conversation with him. I'm a big rereader, so I've read a lot of my books more than once. My initial thought was to pick something like Harry Potter, but I thought that would be kind of boring. So I picked The Hobbit, which is not really much more interesting than Harry Potter, but yeah, read this multiple times and really enjoyed it. You probably know which one I'm picking, right? I think I do have to pick The Catcher in the Rye. Not gonna talk about it much because we've already talked about this book so many times. Sophies Vet. It's a book about philosophy and it's kind of confusing at the end, I think. I just would love to have a conversation with myself when I read it for the first time because I was really young and I don't think she had any idea what was going on. I had to go with John Green on this one. I picked Looking for Alaska, not only because it has a name in the title, but also because back when I read it for the first time, I really loved the idea that Alaska was allowed to give herself her own name. That was just something I wished I could have done myself back when I first read this book. Looking back a couple of years later, I'm kind of glad that 15-year-old Laura didn't have the opportunity to name herself, because I'm sure I would have come up with a horrible name and I would regret this decision so much. I'm not a big crier when it comes to books and movies, but sometimes they do get me. And one of those books was The Book Thief. It's just such an interesting, beautifully written story, and it's really, really fucking sad. So, yeah, that's my pick for day 7. I don't have anything more to say, so I'm just gonna wish you a great rest of the week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.